Hey guys, Lois here. Going to be week 7 of the EGL. Uh, Currently on a 3-game win streak, so hopefully we can keep this going. Our next opponent's going to be kind of tough though. The Anaheim Altarias with Alex as the pilot. He's got quite a lot of things in terms of power. Kildeo, Mega Altaria, Jirachi. He's got some defensive threats like Wheezing. He's got Thunderous Therian, so he's got some power. So we're gonna kind of mix it up a little bit, see if we can catch him off guard. Nidoking is probably the biggest change. Running Super Fang, Poison Point, and Citrus Berry. Getting rid of the Focus Sash because things like Wheezing with Will-O-Wisp and stuff like that doesn't really do anything. Poison Point obviously above Sheer Force because I'm not really worried about the attacks when I have something like Super Fang. Hopefully to whittle down things like Wheezing and stuff because I don't really have a lot of answers other than that. I don't carry any Psychic types or anything like that. So Talonflame, obviously Choice Banded. Try and get extra oomph for Okos on things like Kildeo, Jirachi, things like that with Flare Blitz and Brave Bird. And then Tailwind again in case it gets low. Low Punny with Thunder Punch instead of Ice Punch because Altaria obviously becomes Dragon Fairy. And Thunder Punch helps with things like Archeops. Vaporeon running Ice Beam for the Archeops instead of Toxic because he's got Steel types like Jirachi and Wheezing and stuff like that to predict the Toxics. Goodra obviously also running Thunderbolt for the Archeops. Other than that, Sizer with Defog running a bulky Roost Defog set to get rid of all the Stealth Rock shenanigans and stuff from Archeops. So, pick the right team, and let's get started. So he's got Wheezing, Rotom Heat. I expected... The only thing that's not here that I expected was Jirachi, but knowing that I have Talonflame, he probably left it at home. So, Tyranitar obviously I'm not worried about with Mega Lopunny. Archeops is usually the preferred lead here. Thunderous T obviously being the other major lead I'm expecting, but I'm expecting Archeops here. Question is what to lead with. Nidoking doesn't fare well against Archeops whatsoever, but Archeops doesn't do a whole lot though either. It does have things like Heat Wave, so I don't want to lead with Sizer. So the question really becomes maybe Talonflame, do a U-turn, or Mega Lopunny. Mega Lopunny, the problem with that with Archeops is I don't have a good percentage of Fake Out and then Thunder Punch to kill. It's only like a 40% chance or 50% chance, I think, something like that. So it's kind of a risky play there. I think Talonflame is safe because it can outspeed just about anything, and then I can just U-turn out into anything that might be a potential problem. Yeah, so there's the Archeops lead, which means probably be able to go with either Vaporeon or Goodra. I like Vaporeon personally because it resists the Heat Wave. Any of its big physical attacks, it's got a little bit more defense than Goodra, and it can Wish and Protect too. So let's go with U-turn into Vaporeon. Yeah, that's fine. I like Scald over pretty much everything else because if it decides to switch out, it hits, Rotom Heat and Tyranitar super effectively. Hits Archeops super effectively. Scald's pretty safe, I think. If it stays in, that's fine. I'll be trying to get Sizer in here pretty soon. Okay, so that's fine. I think Ice Beam's actually fine here. Wheezing's also fine. Wheezing actually has got horrible special defense, so we'll Scald again. Pain Split's fine. If that's all he's going to do is stall, then that doesn't bother me because I can wish back up. He doesn't have any recovery with Wheezing. I would imagine so. Wheezing, I don't think he even has access to rest, but maybe. Just thinking of what to switch into. Not many things can switch into Scald, though. You might be able to stay in, take the Scald and Pain Split again. But otherwise, Scald hits a lot of his team. The crit burn. Yep, he did stay in for the same thing. I'm gonna wish back up here. Well, yeah, I better. If I protect and he switches out, that could be a huge problem. And I can take a Sludge Bomb. So I'm gonna wish here. And that's fine. Memento doesn't bother me as much. But he might switch in to Altaria and try and set up to sweep. Yeah. It's almost definitely going Dragon Dance here. This is a rough spot. If he's going to go for the Dragon Dance and expect me to switch, I'm pretty sure I can stay in and just Ice Beam. Get the wish back up. And then do something. Probably maybe a sack even. Then go to low punny for the fake out. And just fake out it down. Or, you know, even Talonflame with priority, because Talonflame does a decent amount. I'm not sure how much though. Let's see. Talonflame against Mega Altaria. We'll assume that it's defensive, just for calc purposes. Yeah, Brave Bird still does 50 to 58, so we'll try and get the Ice Beam, weaken it a little bit. Yeah, see, I'm fine with the Roost. I do have to switch though, because I can't keep this up. think switching to Sizer's fine here. Because he's got the bullet punch. Yep, I'm fine with Roost here. Question is he going to go with something like Earthquake? I don't think he is. In which case Defog is probably the best play. That sets me up to bring in Talonflame easier. Yeah. Even though Vaporeon is a water type against Rotom Heat, Goodra actually does phenomenal damage to it. Because of Assault Vest, I can take just about any hit it brings and then some, and I don't have to worry about Volt Switch on Vaporeon. So I'm gonna switch. So I'm gonna U-turn to Goodra here. Actually, no, I better not U-turn because I'm slow. I'll just manually switch. That's fine. I really want a Sludge Bomb first. Only because Draco Meteor doesn't Oko, whereas it would after a Sludge Bomb. Yeah, we'll scout and see if he switches. Yeah, that's fine. Archeops can't kill Goodra with something like Acrobatics. Might have Ice Beam. Thunderbolt does kill though. Yeah, that's fine. Now the next time I defog, I don't have to worry about Stealth Rocks. I don't want a Meteor, obviously, because it's a Fairy type. Switch back to Sizer. Well, no, because he's not going to... He's going to attack this turn. I think Sludge Bomb's safe. Question is, he outspeeds, so he'll probably be Fairy type, so Sizer's actually probably a fine play. Yep, that's fine. Bullet Punch here, I'm thinking. Unless he's going to go back to Rotom. I had defogged last time, so he might think I'm going to predict the switch again, so I'm going to Bullet Punch this time. That's fine. I'll get some leftover recovery. I think right now, because of Altaria and, you know, Thundurus, I think I'm going to switch to Nidoking here. Nullifies Volt Switches, and it doesn't really worry too much about the Fire one. And I'm just going to try and start setting up Rocks and Spikes, because Archeops is the only defog user he has, and he doesn't have anything else to clear hazards either. Yep, that's fine. Set up Earth or Stealth Rocks here. No. No. If it has Earthquake, pretty sure Mega Altaria kills Nidoking with Earthquake. Because I'm specially defensive oriented. I think I still have to sack though. I can't afford to switch into something other than maybe Vaporeon. Because I'm almost guaranteed. I would imagine he's got to have Earthquake here. Unless he's going to Dragon Dance up. He might Dragon Dance here, seeing Nidoking. No, I'm going to get Rocks up. And with Tyranitar, he's probably got Earthquake. But since I outspeed him, I'm going to get Toxic Spikes up too. And I'm just going to start whittling him down. If Tyranitar Earthquake's here, I'm not too worried about it. Because then I'll just switch into Lopunny. I think here I'm going to Earth Power though. One Dragon Dance threatens quite a lot. The other alternative is Super Fang, but because Sandstorm obviously would raise his special defense. I think Earth Power does more though. Yeah, so he's locked in Outrage now. So now I can Lopunny. At +1, he only has 360 speed tops. So Mega Lopunny actually outspeeds, and he's locked in Outrage. So I'm going to Mega Fake Out and then Drain Punch him. That's fine. Return's pretty much going to kill here. Oh, how'd he live? Oh no! That's actually a mild problem. Overheat's fine. So I can return here. Probably should have Drain Punch there, but there's nothing I can do about it. I think I'm going to sack Megalopunny here. He's paralyzed, so there's nothing I can really do. Volt Switch is fine, because he's got to put the first one out. And I think with this team, with both Altaria and Tyranitar, Tyranitar being poisoned, I think, see, Bullet Punch Sizer, either Bullet Punch or U-Turn. I think U-Turn is going to be better, because then I can just switch into Vaporeon, and then Protect to get some poison damage racked up. Problem is if he has something like Fire Fang or something like that, or Flamethrower even, it could actually be a problem. So I think Bullet Punch is actually safer here. Yeah, Stone Edge is fine. He probably thought I was going to switch out. See, Stone Edge did 50%. I think Roost is safe here, unless he plans on sacking. which would be kind of interesting. I mean, as low as he is, bringing it out with rocks, he'd pretty much not get an attack off. But Roost would go second, so whatever he hit me with, I probably wouldn't be able to get a Roost off, so Bullet Punch again. Kill. See Mega Altaria or Thunderous. See Thunderous T, it's fine. He's almost certainly going to Volt Switch, which means Goodra is probably the play. Alternatively, I can Bullet Punch again. It's not going to do much, but because I'm not going to get a Roost off, both of his people are faster, so Sizer's pretty much useless to me now. Because I'm not going to get Defog up either. I think Bullet Punch is probably the safe play. Just have to live with Talonflame being at 50%. Probably get the 2-0 victory here, because Talonflame will be able to clean up both. Yeah, there's the Volt Switch I expected. So there's Mega Altaria coming in. We know that the bulky version, Talonflame doesn't kill in one hit. So we're going to go for Vaporeon here. We're going to go for an Ice Beam. Yep, that's fine. If we can Ice Beam it down most of the way, absolutely Poison will take care of it now. Because Poison will go to 8 and then we can just protect for lethal. Yeah, because even if he switches to Thunderous T, there's not, I mean, he could switch here, knowing that I'd protect, and that'd probably be his best play, but with Thunderous T so low, Rocks is going to do a significant amount of damage to Thunderous T. So, I mean, realistically, I might as well stay in. I mean, then I can just Talonflame to clean up if it for some reason kills me. So, yeah, we'll go for Scald, I guess. And Vaporeon takes it. 3-0.